Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about those times where you come in and you whether you're starting work or you're waking up to start your day or whatever else, and you come in and you just don't feel happy, where you just feel low energy, you don't feel your mood's down in the dumps, you're not really getting anywhere with your day, you just feel like crap. Yeah, I want to talk to you about those moments because those are really shitty times. They're not fun. They're not great to be part of, and they're not things that really stand out as things that you either really want to be engaged in or as times that you can really use for anything worthwhile. And yet I've got four things today that I'm going to suggest as things that you can do to turn your day around, to improve your mood, to pick yourself up, and to maybe use those days when you're not feeling great, where you're not feeling full of energy and confidence, when you're not feeling like you're overflowing with motivation. I'm sure there are more days like this than anyone would care to admit, but I want to just give you these four ideas that may help you turn your day around just quickly. Yeah, just to improve your mood for a bit, just so you can be productive, just so you can get stuff done, just so that you're not stuck there worrying about stuff. Yeah. Now, the first thing that I would suggest is that, you know, we all like talking to people. Meaningful conversations are good. Yeah, we've talked about that in other videos. And so the first thing that I would say is, anxiety is usually, or kind of anxiety, sadness, kind of low mood, whatever else, they all tend to dissipate when having strong positive interactions with other people, you know. And so as a result, we're all busy, we all lose touch with people at times. Reach out and see what someone's doing. Yeah, someone that you've not talked to in a while, someone that you've maybe missed out on their kind of progress through life, stuff like that. Go and have that conversation with them. Go and just drop them an email or a phone call or a message on Facebook or Twitter or whatever your communication method of choice is. Go and get in touch, because then when you reconnect, you're going to potentially relieve some of those negative emotions. You're going to be able to vent your frustration. You're going to be able to kind of live vicariously through someone else's life. Maybe even come away with a kind of appreciation that what you're feeling isn't that bad compared to what theirs is. Or maybe thinking, oh, well, they're doing really well. It's really good to hear that they're doing okay. And as a result, that improves your day as a result. It's that social element of human nature that maybe you can just go and invest in and go and tackle directly to just kind of roll on with. Yeah, just to pick something up from someone else to use. Now, the second one is one that kind of I did a lot of when I was at work, more so than anything else, and I still do to an extent here, but the last one that I'm going to touch on is the one that I probably do the most nowadays. But this one is, if you're not feeling great and you know that there's stuff coming up that's going to only make you feel worse, tackle it early. Yeah, take on that task or that thing that will probably make stress worse and deal with it first. Yeah, deal with it, get it out of the way early, because then, if you're busy, if you're having, you've got all kinds of things stacked up, and some of them you may be ignoring, but some of them are definitely going to cause you a problem in the future. Whether it's an actual problem or whether it's just, stress, whether it's something as kind of mediocre and mundane as you knowing that you've got a business trip coming up, or that you've got something else to go and do where you're having to take a trip. Go and check the times for things, go and book your tickets. If you're taking your car, go and check the water and the oil and whatever else in your car. If you know that you've got to go and make an appointment for something, but you've just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, it'll only take you a maximum of maybe 5-10 minutes to go and do. Just do it, because then you've got that little bit of peace of mind coming into your day where you have achieved a thing that you needed to do, and now you don't have to worry about it again. Yeah, until it's time to actually go and do the thing that you have just planned out or that you've just dealt with. You don't have to worry. And so, that kind of going and tackling a task that's looming on the horizon, it's again that little element of good, of positivity, of calm that you can then maybe bring to the rest of your day. Now, the next one is again one of these things that used to happen a lot at work at various times, especially when we were busy with lots of stuff going on but had no staff, for me personally. And it's like you end up having a to-do list, and it ends up being as long as your arm, and it ends up having all kinds of stuff on it, and you tend to prioritize because that's what you need to do. And you have to do this in life generally as well. You have to have that list of priorities, and stuff will sink to the bottom. Yeah, stuff will sink to the bottom, or stuff will get started, and then something else will come up as a higher priority, and it gets ignored and dropped, and it will just kind of shift its way down your list of priorities, your little to-do list, and it'll just sit there. In which case, though, if you're having that day where you just don't feel like you're up to much, yeah, go back and finish something that you already started. Go back and take a look at one of those smaller tasks that's at the bottom of your to-do list, and just go and tackle it. Something that's not too major, something you'll be able to do quickly, something you'll be able to just finish off. Intersperse your big tasks, the big things that you're having to really tackle, really work with, the things that are actually grinding you down and wearing you out emotionally. Tackle some small stuff in between, just so that you can go, okay, well, I did achieve that thing. That's another +1 for me. We did good jobs there, guys. And then you can carry that kind of motivation and that, yeah, we succeeded. It might not have been a big thing, but it was a thing and we did it. Yeah, carry that into the next big task that you've got to do. Maybe it'll be easier for you to shrug off that kind of low energy, feeling dull. Oh, there's another thing to do. Oh, I don't really. Oh, it's going to be so hard. It's just going to be so crappy. Carry with you that kind of moment of, we did a thing and now we're going to go do more. Because it'll just help you roll forward. It's once you get the ball rolling, doesn't have to stop until it gets to the bottom, and the bottom should be the end of the day once everything is done, right? And now the last one, and this is one that I used to do at work, but I tend to do an awful lot more here as stuff breaks in regards to recording, or my PC deciding to play silly buggers with me and whatever else. And that is when you're having a crap day and you're not entirely sure of kind of how to improve your mood. There's so many ways to kind of pick yourself up, sure, but if you don't have a to-do list, let's say you've been really productive the last few days, and so as a result you're free. You've tried to get in touch with people. I've recently tried talking to some friends that I've not seen in a while, just to catch up, and they've not been around, unfortunately. So not everyone is always going to be able to return your messages, return your calls, whatever else, and that in itself can add to the low energy, feeling bad man kind of thing. And then on top of that, you might not have any big future tasks that you can tackle directly, just because they're kind of either being handled by someone else, or their kind of parameters are still kind of uncertain. There's an awful lot of stuff that might mean that you don't have any of the other 3 things on this that I've mentioned so far, that leaves you just floating there feeling crappy, with nothing to distract you from it, nothing to achieve, to pick yourself up with. And so as a result, though, one of the things that I used to do would be fix things that were broken. Yeah, me working to try and make sure that my sound doesn't break, or making sure that my videos don't get choppy. Yeah, especially the gameplay ones, finding out what's causing it and then trying to make sure it works, and fiddling around with things until I seem to find the sweet spot. All of those kind of things. When I was at work, when I used to work in a cinema, we had ticket printers that would break all the time, in which case I was one of the people who had enough of a computing background to come in and take a look at the hardware side of things, clean it out properly, and then put it back together so that it kind of printed again. Going and taking a look at broken stuff in and around work generally, trying to make sure the if something got busted, that it was logged so that it get fixed. Making sure that all of that kind of thing was done. Again, it might not be a proper job or a proper task that you need to do, but chances are, stuff that gets broken tends to get left. And so, either you can go and tackle it directly, or you can kind of let it sit. And if you're in a mood where you're not feeling great, you're not feeling particularly high on energy, and you don't have any of these other things that I've mentioned to kind of pick yourself up and go, yeah, I achieved a thing, I can now go do this instead. With that energy, with that positivity, then look for things that are broken. Look for things that need attention. Look for those sad little things that are feeling exactly the same way that you are, that just need to be picked up and sorted out. Because then, not only are you helping yourself, because that thing won't be broken anymore, but you're also helping everybody else. You're helping everything else that's going on. In which case, go ahead and just start fixing things, start logging things, start making sure that you have those little things kind of stored up in the back of your head as going, yeah, we just did a thing and it was awesome, and now we're going to do the next one. Yeah, just keep those kind of things rolling, because that way, you'll have that ammunition to take on the rest of the day with, and that's what's important. That's where we get motivation from to make, and that's where we get the inclinations to make the choices between, am I going to do it or am I not? We've got all of that stuff inside us anyway. We just sometimes need these little cues and these little things to kind of poke it all along so that it becomes apparent to us. Yeah? But anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think. Are there any other things that you would add to this list, beyond the fixing things, beyond finishing off your to-do lists, looking at things in the future that you need to tackle to avoid stress, looking at reconnecting with people to make that positive impression? Are there any other things that you would suggest? Would you use Skinnerbox methods to kind of train yourself into getting motivated, to train yourself into getting, feeling better? Would you give yourself little rewards one way or the other, or would you look at doing other stuff? Please let me know, because, again, either I'll learn from it and it might be useful to me, but more importantly, it might be useful to other, other members of the YouTube community that are watching. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, then please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.